Hey, Muscle Science and Application listeners and Inside Natural Bodybuilding fans. John Boss here reporting live from the 2014 Mr. Olympia Expo, and I'm here with Leanna Carr. She's at the Universal Animal booth. And Leanna's quickly gaining quite a following and reputation, really very good young powerlifter, kind of coming up the ranks, and she's actually getting ready for a figure competition pretty soon. And one of the things that really impressed me about her was watching on Instagram, like you preparing all your food and stuff to come out for this trip. And I think that's kind of a forgotten art, if you will, amongst flexible dieters. They think that, oh, we just like wing it and get all the, restaurants and random stuff, and all that's good. But obviously when you're tied up at a booth like this and stuff, it makes it hard to make that happen. So tell us kind of about what went into your process with getting all that ready.
Okay, yeah. Well, like you said, I do follow flexible dieting. And it's easy, I've done my entire contest prep with flexible dieting, and it does, make it convenient at times when you don't have food prepared. But I knew that, coming here, this was my first expo actually, really awesome experience, but I knew that I'd be busy. I knew that, I'd be surrounded by awesome samples like protein bars and stuff like that. And I just, for one thing, I'm 4 weeks out, and I didn't want to leave any room for, any error. I wanted to get my meals in, and I really just wanted to hold myself accountable even though I'd be busy, So I packed all my food. I prepped it all. My food's pretty soggy right now, but, I'm still eating it, and it just, at the same time, I came here for work, and just, this is fun. Like this, this is probably one of the coolest experiences ever, but at the same time, I know that I have a show in 4 weeks, and I wanted to kind of keep myself accountable and make it a little easier on myself. Like, I don't have to worry about my food right now, so it's been good.
Right, yeah, and I think that's the problem is some people will say it's flexible dieting, you shouldn't have to eat bro foods or have it all prepared or things like that. But like you say, in this case, we're going to be so busy, you might be tied up talking to people for a few hours and then suddenly realize oh gosh, I need to get a meal in, and rather than have to panic.
And I mean, at the same time too, I don't follow a strict meal plan or anything, but I am an athlete. I'm a powerlifter, I'm a figure competitor, and I enjoy foods that, really fuel me. I know I'm gonna have to do a pretty hard workout later tonight. I'm gonna be powerlifting, and I want to be able to make sure that I get enough nutrients in, enough food in, and of course a ton of volume. I'm huge on volume just because my macros aren't the best right now, but at the same time I wanted enough food that would make me feel full and that would really fuel my workouts in the gym. So
nice. So tell us about that. I actually saw, looks like Antoine Vi and some of the animal crew were out there training this morning. How does that go for you? Are you able to find pretty easily to get your training in, or is it a struggle you have to kind of modify and cut things short? Or
yeah, I mean, obviously I'm not in my normal environment right now, and I've been really busy, so I haven't exactly been able to get all of my training in exactly, the timing and stuff. Like last night we went to the Las Vegas Athletic Club, and it wasn't really a powerlifting based gym. It was more of a commercial gym. I mean, it was awesome because I saw so many people that I recognized and stuff. But I made it work. I went in there, and the one thing that I really wanted to focus on was making sure I got my compound movements in and enough volume, the volume that I'm supposed to hit this week. So, yesterday I went in and I did my squat workout. I wasn't able to do all the accessory workouts that went with it, but I hit my main, compound movements. I ended up, I think, doing 4 sets of 4 with 245 on squats, and I made sure I got all the volume, my squat volume in, and then I kind of just broed it up and did some bicep curls, did some shoulders, got a nice little pump in. So it's been a little hard, but I'm making it work. I got up this morning and I did my cardio. It was the last thing I wanted to do, but at the same time, I felt good when I was done, and really it's about making it work. I'm not gonna get every single workout perfect, but at the same time you just kind of have to adjust when you're in a situation like this. So I've learned. So
nice. No, I think that's a really mature perspective on that, particularly this being your first expo. So props to you for having a level head on that. Looking forward to your figure competition. Obviously you really enjoy powerlifting and you've been very successful at that. But how do you balance, obviously figure competitors need to have the cap delts and they need to have the V taper in the back, and fitting all that in with your powerlifting training, because obviously it's not movements that are typically, high priority in a powerlifter split.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's definitely different, and Like I said, after nationals, I did USA PL Raw Nationals in July. The biggest thing, that my main focus was my my figure shows. So I'm doing 2 shows in the fall, and those are my main focuses. I am doing a powerlifting meet the weekend after my first show, which I tell people that, and they're like, "Are you sure? You're kind of crazy for doing that." But at the same time, and I'm not really focusing on my training on them. Like I said, my main focus are my shows. But at the same time, there's doing the compound movements. The only thing that's really changed with my training is I'm still performing squat, bench, deadlift, all the compound movements. I'm pairing it, and Brian, my coach, he does my programming, Brian Miner, he's pairing it with a little higher volume, so, which has helped a lot with the fat loss process, and I have a little bit more isolation work. I do shoulders, I do biceps, I do abs. I've been, incorporating about 2 days of GPP training a week and focusing more on the isolation work, but at the same time, my training really hasn't changed as much. I'm still, and that's what, I really like about it. I love powerlifting. I love the compound movements and stuff, and luckily, the 2 and 2, when you pair it with high volume, higher intensity, they go hand in hand. So it's been awesome, being able to do both. I wouldn't be able to, pick which one I liked more, powerlifting or figure, because they're both they're very different, but at the same time, they don't have to be that different. So
that's really cool. So you've got a pretty big following online on Instagram and things. How does one balance, I think it's great, this kind of new movement of girls that are powerlifting and, showing that you can still be sexy and strong and kind of all that stuff. But how do you balance, I'm sure you got all kinds of creepers and random people, how do you find a way to show your physique, show kind of what you're proud of and what you've accomplished, but also kind of not I guess encourage that or whatever?
Yeah, and it's actually pretty cool. It's definitely, it's crazy the following that, I've gotten on Instagram and social media and stuff. It still blows my mind. What? There are 31,000 people who know who I am and stuff. But at the same time, it's just, I feel a lot of the following, especially I met a lot of the people at the expo this weekend, and I feel a lot of my following is, they're females who are finding, confidence and strength and in lifting heavy. And my posts, I like to post a lot of my training. I like to, post progress pictures, lots of food pics, selfies and stuff. It's just, it's fun. It's a good way to kind of document the journey that I started with fitness and with lifting 2 years ago. I'm not really huge on posting, as many risky pictures or all that stuff. That's not the type of audience that I look for. That's, as an athlete, I like being strong, and I like, kind of showing people that, you can be strong, you can lift heavy, you can, squat 300 pounds, and you can still be a strong, confident, sexy female, that's, there's seriously nothing that, makes me feel more confident or beautiful than in the gym after a strong, awesome squat or deadlift workout, so I just, I'm definitely, it's cool. It's been really cool, meeting a lot of my following and stuff at the expo, and a lot of them are powerlifters and a lot are females, and of course, you get some weird, creepy comments every now and then, but luckily for me, though, that hasn't actually really been too big of an issue. So.
Nice. Cool. So let's bring things to a close here. One thing I want to ask you, when I first started taking a peek over at Instagram and stuff, I'd see this Cafe Leanna, and I'm sitting here what is this restaurant? And then I came to realize, I'm wait a minute, this is her place. So tell us about just kind of your love for cooking and prepping food and how that all kind of got started.
Yeah, I tag actually most of my Instagram pictures with cafe and then le, like French kind of, and then Anna. And I think that threw a lot of people off. They're like, what is this restaurant? A lot of people would comment on my pictures, be like, oh, where is this place, And they soon realized Cafe Leanna is my kitchen, actually. I don't really go out to eat much right now, especially being in prep. So, yeah, I love cooking. I've always, been huge on cooking, and the awesome part about flexible dieting is, I can cook stuff, I can make like, you know, pancakes or waffles, or I eat waffles every night. That's why I say that. You know, that fit my macros that, you know, are still, you know, delicious foods, and that'll help me reach my goals, which is awesome. You know, I'm not like a chef or anything by any means. I think I'm really good at making my pictures look a little more fancy than they really are. But, you know, like I like cooking. I like experimenting in the gym. I like trying new foods. Like, I like to show other people, you know, you can prep for a show, or you can prep for a powerlifting meet, or whatever your goals are. If you want to gain weight, if you want to lose weight. And you don't have to eat boring bro foods all the time. Like, you don't, you know, you can be creative, and you can, you know, enjoy it too. You can enjoy your diet. I'm, you know, 4 weeks out from my show, and I'm still enjoying my diet very much so. So, yeah, it's cool. I like to experiment, you know, create recipes. Some of them better than others. I've had a couple epic fail recipes, but, you know, other than that, it's just, you can enjoy dieting, and I like to show, you know, a lot of people that. So
very cool. Well, we wish you all the best in your upcoming figure shows. You have 1 or 2 or 3 or?
2. I'm doing 2 shows. My first one will be the INBF North Georgia in 4 weeks, and then the next weekend I'll be doing the USAPL Georgia State powerlifting meet in a lower weight class than I'm, you know, typically, you know, lift at, because it'll be a week after my show. I'll still be in contest shape. And then 2 weeks later, I'll be doing the NPC Kentucky Muscle November 8th as my last figure show this season. And then after that, I'll be training full-on powerlifting for the Arnold. So I'm excited about that for sure.
Really cool. Awesome. Well, make sure to look for Leanna at all those events, and follow her on Instagram. Your handle on there?
It's Leanna, Leanna _Carr, CARR. Real original, I know.
In case you didn't already know, most of you probably already know, but anyways, and again, congratulations on your sponsorship with Universal and Animal. Until next time, John Boss here with Muscle Science Application from the 2014 Mr. Olympia. Be sure to check out barbell1.com for the video version of today's episode. And you can also check out additional videos. We've recently been putting some up relating to shoulder mobility and a variety of other topics that can be linked from the YouTube channel at barbell1.com.